Hey everybody, welcome to ChristiChristie again. We wanted to come on Facebook Live to have another discussion because we have been asked by multiple people how we maintained our joy and our peace in the midst of our trials with Christy, child loss, and with myself, infertility, and how we overcame those struggles and kind of pushed through and not let those things define us so that we can have some sort of happiness so that we can live full lives in spite of what happened to us. So Christy is going to talk about what she went through.
So, of course, if you have been following our journey, you know about my child loss, having 2 consecutive child losses. If you haven't, check out our YouTube page, and you can see both of our journeys on there. But I can, definitely say that it was a struggle. It took a lot of time. And so, of course, don't beat yourself up if you feel like you're not getting over your grief, as quickly as you would hope, or as, other people may expect you to, because you have to take time to, truly grieve. And so that's what I did. After my first loss, I, took some time. I went to counseling, got some therapy and everything like that, in hopes that it would help me. But then, of course, after the second loss, it was just kind of like
not working out.
Ready to, give basically everything up. And so it was a process. And as a person of faith, of course, it was one of those things that, I felt like, okay, I should be able to rely on my faith. I feel like I should be able to, pray like I used to, and, get that sense of peace. But it didn't happen that way. At one point, and I think I've mentioned this in previous videos, like I just did not feel really solid in prayer at one point in time in the journey. Hey, Kevin. And so it was definitely a difficult thing. So it's mainly, making sure that you're surrounded by people who truly have you and your best interests at heart. And, one of the things that really, I would say, somewhat hindered my, journey to peace, if you will, was that, some of the people that I did have in my corner, one person in particular that I truly, loved and cared about, that, I thought truly loved and cared about me, did say some really hurtful things during that time. So really, tough journey, but, just making sure that, it's okay not to be okay, and that it's okay to seek help if you need to. And so that's one of the things that, really helped me, seeking help from, someone outside of my circle, as well as those within my circle, to just really help me to move forward in that journey. And just, there's always going to be that fear and that anxiety, when it comes to future pregnancies and even considering having children in the future. It's, I feel like that fear and that anxiety really never goes away, regardless of your faith. I don't think it, truly ever goes away. So that's something that I have to kind of weigh and balance, in the future. Like when me and my husband, discuss whether we're going to have, any more children, like, is the fear and the anxiety going to outweigh my desire to have more children? So that's something that, we have to think about and consider when it is time to have that discussion. And so,
exactly.
That's one of the main things, just, making sure that you have that support, that you, whether it's through therapy or through, your faith, or through, just your social people.
Yeah, I would say that for me, it was definitely leaning on my faith a lot and praying. I had to kind of limit who I spoke to, because, even loved ones would say the wrong thing and it would be a trigger, for me. So I had to kind of go radio silent with some people and just kind of pray and go into worship and, let my faith kind of carry me through. And I had to make a decision not to allow what I was going through to define me, and not to let it, reduce me, because ultimately healing and joy and all of those things are a choice you can choose to walk in healing. You can choose to walk in joy and in happiness. It's not easy. It doesn't happen overnight. It is definitely something that I had to work on every single day, to make a choice that today I am not going to allow myself to be buried by my grief and to be buried by my disappointment. And then I had to do things to kind of pamper myself, because I put all these expectations on my body, and I also put all my disappointments on my body. So I blamed my body. You failed me. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be fruitful and multiply. You're not doing that. You're not bearing any fruit right now. And so, me beating myself up mentally and not really taking care of myself, I had to make the choice that, no, I'm going to be healthy and I'm going to pamper myself. I'm going to go get a massage. I'm going to go pay to get my hair done. I'm going to do things that make me feel good about myself and make me, appreciate the body that God gave me, and realize that I wasn't broken and that I wasn't, inept, but that I could do those things, but that delay didn't mean denial. And that was the other thing that I had to focus on. I had to change my perspective. How do I turn a negative into a positive? How can I see light? How can I see joy in this situation? And so I had to train my mind. I had to say, okay, well, this isn't happening, but look at all the other aspects of my life in which I am blessed. Look at how, I'm waking up every morning. I could be sick. I could be terminal. I could be, a lot of things, but I'm not. So how do I find the joy in this moment and grab hold of it and hold on tight to that until, my time comes, until the moment that I've been waiting for my whole life comes. And so it's definitely a waiting game, but there is a blessing in the waiting. There is, a sort of peace that you can have when you choose to just fully fall into God's arms and let Him carry the burden for you. That's why my favorite scripture is Psalm 27, I believe it's 15 or 14. I would have lost my heart. I would have fainted had I not believed that I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. And that was me. Like, I believed without a shadow of a doubt that God was going to show up for me, because He made this promise to me, and we're going to have this baby, Lord. Like, we're going to have this baby. Yeah. I don't care what you need to do or what I need to go through, but this is going to happen. This is going to come into fruition. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what the doctors say. I don't care what my mother, my father, my sister, whatever. I don't care what anyone says. I don't even care if my husband is lacking in faith right now. I don't care. God said we're going to have a baby. So you better get in line and figure it out, Yeah. And that's how I maintain my joy, choosing every day to not allow myself to be buried by the weight of my disappointments and my discouragements and the failures and the infertility. And that's what you guys can do. So I just wanted to let you know that it is a choice. It is an active choice that you have to make each day to want to change your perspective and see something greater than your current struggle.
Exactly. And, that's something that does help, positive affirmations. And, of course, they may not help every single day, but continue to speak them over your life. And then eventually your spirit will line up,
yes.
with it. So,
yes.
Continue to just affirm positive things over your life, over your well-being, over your health, over, just your body, everything. Eventually your spirit will line up with that. And so, for me, especially now, having suffered loss, I value life so much more. And, I know that life is not promised, every day is not promised to us. And so, just, not having that fear of doing some of the things that you've always wanted to do. And so, for like me and my husband, we talked about it before, but just going out and traveling, just traveling and going. So just finding those little things that, I've always wanted to do this. And so, don't let, job, your career, these things, of course, you have to make arrangements, but don't let those things hold you back from, truly living your life and enjoying life to the fullest. And, just surrounding yourself with the people that will help you to
Fill you
maintain
up.
the peace, to maintain that happiness, and that joy in your life, and kind of weeding out those people who don't. There's no need to hold on to relationships that aren't fruitful, especially if you are going through so much. And so, that's one of the things that I know, like, just, live life to the fullest. Tomorrow is not promised.
Yes. That's saying, I've learned the same thing. Celebrating life's little triumphs. You may not have the goal that you're looking for, but celebrate the little things that are happening in your life that are worth, focusing on, that are worth lifting up, and, celebrate, you getting that raise, celebrate you paying off your last car note, celebrate, life may not be going well in that one aspect, but find the evidence of God in other aspects of your life. Find that grace value in other aspects of your life. You guys may be struggling with fertility or with child loss, but is your relationship with your spouse strong? If it is, celebrate that. If you have strong bonds and relationships around you, celebrate that. If God cut some people out of your life, celebrate that, because sometimes it's for your benefit. Okay, it may not look like it at the time, but it's for your benefit. So learn to find the small victories in your life and rejoice and celebrate those small victories. And I guarantee you will then become to have a heart of gratitude rather than a heart of sorrow.
Even in the midst of going through, just like Christie said, celebrate those small victories, because they add up.
They do.
So, just try to, maintain your peace and your happiness, your joy, even in the midst of your circumstances, regardless of, how hard it is. Definitely how hard it is.
Completely.
It's easier said than done. Just,
it's a commitment. Yeah, it is. It's a commitment to want to be opposite of what the world and what life is telling you should be feeling. It is a commitment. But if you, like Christie said, if you stay with it, the reward is much better than what you're currently going through. Be committed to your own well-being. Be committed to your health. Be committed to your joy. Be invested in what makes you happy. And it'll be worth it in the end.
Yes, absolutely. So, of course, we thank you all for joining us each and every week.
Yes.
We do read your questions. Like Christie said, this is a question that, a lot of people have asked us. How did you maintain your joy and peace through your journey? So, we definitely respond to these questions. So if you have any additional questions about our journey to motherhood, with child loss, with struggles with infertility, absolutely send us a message, and we will respond to
we will discuss. We're pretty much open book, so whatever topics that we haven't touched on already, let us have it. We will try our best to talk about it.
Absolutely. So I guess that's all.
Thank you guys for watching. Yes. And just know that we are in this together. So don't ever feel like you're fighting this fight alone.
Absolutely.
Love you guys.